Hey, so I made it through my first week of code school. um, my first week was rough. It was rough mentally, and it was only rough mentally because of me. I was getting in my own way. I'm trying to think. I really struggle with imposter syndrome, so I have the expert um imposter syndrome, and I really thought that I was like, I have to know all of this and I need to know, and like, oh my god, if they find out that I don't know this, then they're gonna think, well, why did we learn like that's all that was going through my head, like the first day, to be honest. And it kept like going through my head all the way up until Friday. And on Fridays we have these weekly practices, and that's pretty much just like in the morning we do a review, and in the evening we have these mini projects. And during the review I got everything. We reviewed pretty much the stuff that we went over the whole first week, which was data types, variables, conditionals, and loops. And I'm not a fan of loops right now. I think that would be very helpful, and once I get it I probably will love loops, but right now for loops and while loops, no. No, not a fan of those right now. What's it called? Yeah, just not a fan of the while loops or the for loops. Not a fan of those, because no, not a fan. So we pretty much did a review over those. I feel like I'm forgetting something else and it's escaping me right now, so sorry about that. But that's pretty much our review, and then we had to do our mini project. So while we had, instead of using IntelliJ, which is the text editor that we usually use, we had to use Sublime. And I don't know what happened when they gave it to, and it's the stuff that I know that I've been doing. I was doing it before I even knew like project planning, before I even knew what project planning was. Like I would write out what it is that I had to code, and just write it out in words, not realizing that that's what I was doing. And so it's like, this stuff I've done before. I've used Atom text editor and stuff like that, but I don't know what happened. It's like when that was like, go and you got this time to do it, I went blank. Like everything just escaped, and I freaked out. I'm not even gonna lie, I was freaking out. What's it called? And I just don't understand like why that happened. And like I just that doubt and all that just started coming, and it was like real heavy, and I didn't want to ask for help, and I started to shut down, and I was just like, man, like, why is this happening? And so I got up, because I was working. I was just trying to get like my pages, my HTML and JavaScript pages to like pop up. And I just sit up there and I was like, wait, why is this happening? Like, I've grown so much mentally. Why is all this like stacking on me at the same time? And so I got up and I went to the restroom, and I had a nice little talk with myself in the restroom. And I was just like, Jordan, like, hold up, calm down. You can do this. You know this stuff. Like, cause I had no code on my in my project when I left to go to the restroom, because I was just like so frustrated with myself, and I felt myself just getting like angry and wanting to give up. So I was just like, wait, calm down, man. Like, no, this ain't it. And so when I went in the restroom, I just told myself, I was like, Jordan, like, whatever it is, you can't give up. Like, and I'm not gonna let you give up. I'm talking to myself. I'm not gonna let you give up. So I calmed down. I did my meditation, because I do meditation. So I did my deep breaths. And I focused on my mantra, my intention that I set for the day, which was I'm always at peace. So my mantra was, I'm at peace with today. I'm in flow with today. That was my mantra for Friday. And so I kept saying that over, and I went back in there, and I was able to like get some code on there, and it was working the way that it was supposed to work. Well, most of it was working the way that it was supposed to work. But in that moment, like, this whole week really exposed weaknesses that I thought that I dealt with, but I really didn't. And so I think moving forward, because that's the only way that I'm going to be able to, that's that would be the thing that keeps me from progressing in the program, is my self-doubt, the imposter syndrome. I deal with that, thinking that I have to know everything. And if, like, literally the first day I was like, oh my God, like, I have to know all this stuff, and if I don't know it, they're gonna be like, why didn't we let her in the program? It was just like, all that just was like, boom, 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 boom. It just kept like piling on top of me, and I was just like, and when we had to do that project, it just, boom, brain went blank. So that was just like that was really hard for me. But like I said, I pulled myself up out of it, and I was able to get a project to run something, you know, and I might not have had it all right, but I still did not give up on myself, and I was able to code what it is that I needed to code. We had our two instructors, Ken and Kevin. They're really helpful. Kevin, he really said something the first day which really kind of unlocked this matrix of coding for me, which was it's not about learning the different languages, it's about learning the concepts, because the concepts are the same across every language. And I don't know what, it was like, you know how you have a lock, and it was just like, and it just like unlocked. And so that really like helped me to get through this whole first week. Erin, who is our principal, I call her a principal, but she's our program director, but I look at her as a principal. She's really motivating as well too, just constantly like giving a bunch of tips and things to help us to like persevere. That's another thing that really has helped me, like really taking in everything that they're saying, because I really want to do this. I didn't realize like how much like I like what I'm doing until I actually started like putting it into practice. Like, I really enjoy this, and so I'm really like soaking up as much knowledge as I can, and really just trying to not let, you know, my self-doubt and all those things get to me. So overall, the first week, it was rough mentally for me because I was getting in my own way. But other than that, my classmates are dope. We all have our different learning styles, and you know, we're all helpful towards each other, and I really appreciate that. I'm a very like community type person, so you know, Code School, I'm really excited, and you know, I'm just really happy to see like where the next 6 months is about to take me and embark on this journey. So come on for the ride, because it's every week we finna do this. All right.